Welcome folks to another episode of Dski Grillz. Today we are making hickory smoked chicken with bacon and onion roasted Brussels sprouts on the Weber Summit charcoal grill and in the kitchen. Let's go. Okay folks, so we're at the cutting board. We're gonna get a few things out the way really fast, okay? So again, bacon and onion roasted Brussels sprouts, okay? So I'm gonna show you that. We're gonna add some garlic to it. We're gonna use some balsamic vinaigrette, a little bit of brown sugar. Gotta have the bacon if you're gonna have bacon and onions, right? So we have our onions, we have our garlic, we have our Brussels sprouts, okay? We'll get into that in just a second. What I've done is I've already started up the Weber Summit charcoal grill, so we got that heating up. So I wanna prep this chicken, add some hickory chunks to it, and get that going while we work on the Brussels sprouts. So here's our chicken. We have 4 wings, 4 thighs, and 4 legs, okay? So what I'm gonna do, folks, first is hit this with mustard. So we're gonna use mustard as a binder. Now I've already washed this chicken and dried it to make sure everything kind of adheres really good, and it helps to aid with the crispiness of the skin, okay? So we'll be using the Weber Summit charcoal grill in roasting mode today. So what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and just get this mixed really well, all right, and just get the mustard coated around the chicken. Now we're only going with 1 seasoning today. See, this is very simple to do. We're going with 1 seasoning today, and that is the all queued up, and this is Rocking Rooster, all right, so we're going to go with that. Wonderful chicken rub, awesome flavors. Use this a lot along with the clucker dust. Clucker dust is another one I just love using. Okay, so we'll go heavy with this being our only spice. We're gonna let the smoke, we're gonna let the hickory flavor, all that shine through on this chicken. Okay, so nice dose of that. I'm gonna pat a little bit and just go ahead and move it around. Okay. I want to come back with another coat of this again. Let's do it one more time on all the chicken. One more time, we will coat it all, and then we'll just let it sit, okay? So let's do this one more time. Show you guys what we got here. So what this gives us is a great foundation with the mustard to hold the seasonings. Then we let it sit so it can kind of soak in while the grill is getting heated up, okay? All right, so that's what we got right here. Seasoned chicken. All right, so we'll meet outside at the Weber Summit charcoal grill next, get these babies on, then back to the kitchen to start on these awesome Brussels sprouts. I'll meet you guys outside. All right, folks, so we're back. We are out at the Weber Summit charcoal grill. Right now, I have it filled with Jealous Devil lump charcoal. Our temperature right now is around 260 degrees. What I'm shooting for roasting this chicken is going to be around 350 degrees, okay? So we're at a point now where I feel comfortable going on ahead and finishing the grill setup. So I'll bring you in and show you what we got here. Okay, so we have a nice fire on the left side of the grill. My Weber Summit really burns from left to right, okay? So when I'm doing something low and slow or whatever, I always fire it up from the left side so it can work its way across, all right? In this case, we're roasting. So all I did was I used my fire starter. I fired this baby up over here. Now we're gonna finish the rest of the setup. So first and foremost, what we want to do is go ahead and get our wood added. We want this chicken to get infused with hickory flavor throughout the cooking process. So I have the wood staged right here. In about 10-15 minutes, when everything gets heated up, it will start touching the wood and you'll have a perfect smoky environment for this chicken. Next step is the diffuser plate. We want to get that in place. Followed by our grill grate, which I've already cleaned. Okay, all right, so that is the setup, and I'll go ahead and get it shut down, and once it reaches 350, it'll be time to add our chicken. We don't have to worry about it burning. We'll have smoke billowing out. We will have an awesome beautiful browning happening on this chicken. Let me close it down. And we're gonna go ahead and open up our damper, wide open, right? This is how you get this thing up to those hot temperatures right away, okay? So in about 10 minutes with this damper wide open, this thing will be up to 350 degrees before you know it. So I'll meet you back when it's time to add the chicken. Okay, folks, so we have the Weber Summit Charcoal Grill at 355 degrees. We are now at my favorite part of the video, and you know what that is. Let's get cooking. Folks, it's time to go ahead and get everything added. We're gonna shut down the damper. And the fact that we had this wide open, we have some really angry heat happening up under this dome. So what I wanna do, as always, I want to burp for safety, let some of that dissipate. Okay, and you'll see it's smoky, right? We'll get that opened up. Once everything starts clearing out, we can add this beautiful roasted chicken. Wonderful smoky environment that we have. And we'll just go ahead and get these pieces laid out. Might put the thighs closer to where I know the heat's coming in from the left side. We'll just do that. All right. Everything is looking absolutely amazing, as you can see. The seasoning settled in really good on this chicken. The plan is going to be to let this go for around 20, maybe 30 minutes. And then we'll come out, and if you guys follow my channel, you know what I like to do midway through the cooking process, and that's add Pam spray. So we're going to add Pam spray to the chicken at about the 30-minute mark. I'm going to get this shut down, and we'll head on in and get started on these Brussels sprouts. All right, so back at the cutting board, the chicken's being taken care of. Again, we'll check back on it in around 20, 30 minutes. We're now up to the preparation for these awesome onion, garlic, and bacon roasted Brussels sprouts. So at the cutting board, what you can see is we have half Brussels sprouts. So the good thing about this is half the work is done, all right? Because full Brussels sprouts, what I would have done is I would have cut them down the middle. So this kind of takes the work out of it. Okay, so we can go ahead and get these opened up. They have already been washed and they're ready to cook. But what I need to do is cut the root off, okay? So let me get these laid out. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So even though they've been cut in half, we want to remove the root, okay? So this has to come off on each one of the pieces. So we'll take our time and do that. And it's no more than just cutting the root off, moving it to the side, okay? We'll do that for each piece. I'll just do it pretty quick, show you exactly what I mean. We don't want to eat that. Now, you have loose pieces every once in a while as well, okay? With those loose pieces, if they are browned or look a certain kind of way, then move those to the side also, all right? You are going to have some fold off, but keeping some of those leaves make crispy, awesome pieces in your final product. So don't get rid of all of it. If it doesn't look bad, if it doesn't look wilted or anything, you want to keep it. All right, so I'll continue this process and then we'll get back together for the next step. Okay, so we've removed the root on each of the Brussels sprouts. Now we're going to come back with olive oil. I want to get a generous coat of that. Okay. And my favorite, the all-purpose rub, It's Incredible by Heaven Made Products. Okay, so we're going to go with that. I'm going to get a nice dose of that. So seasoning your vegetables before they go in, they get a chance to soak in just like we do when we're doing our proteins. You want to get those flavors to start soaking in, right? It's going to make a better final product. So the mix is on now, right? We're just mixing everything, getting it all coated to make sure our seasonings adhere. I'm going to come back with one more light dusting of the It's Incredible, and I will call that done. You know, the It's Incredible is not a heavy salt-based type seasoning, but it is absolutely delicious. You try it, it'll be your all-purpose going forward, okay? So one more mix. That's what we got, all right? We're gonna go ahead now and put this on a baking sheet. Let's do that together. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a piece of parchment paper, and just to make for easier cleanup. And what we're going to do is just go ahead and get our Brussels sprouts dumped on the cooking sheet. Okay. You see how beautiful and vibrant they look? They look amazing, right? Now, the key, what we need to do now is make sure that we have the flesh side up on each of these Brussels sprouts. I'm not worried about loose leaves, just the Brussels sprout itself needs to be flesh side up. Okay, and we also want to have spacing because we want to roast, we want to get a beautiful color on these things. So that means we have to make sure that they're not stuck on top of each other. So next thing we're going to do is do that, get everything facing up. Okay, so that's where we're at. We're just going to let these hang out. I'm going to go ahead now and get the oven heated up. We want the oven to be at 400 degrees, and we're going to roast these babies and make them nice and crispy for around 20-25 minutes, okay? In the meantime, it's time to move on to the next step. All right, so on to the next step. What I have is around 6, is it 5? I have 5 pieces of thick cut bacon, okay? All I'm gonna do, folks, is go ahead and cut them into smaller pieces, okay? Now this is easier to do if your bacon is somewhat frozen. This is not, but it seems like it's cold enough to where it's still cutting pretty good. I'm coming back crossways now, and we're cutting them one more time, okay? So now we're getting our strips and we're going crisscross, okay? Because remember, we just want nice small pieces of bacon to fit in between this beautiful Brussels sprout. All right, folks, so it's been about 20 minutes of prep work with those Brussels sprouts. So it's a perfect time now to get out here while those onions are breaking down and getting translucent, and go ahead and check on our chicken. So let's do that now. Okay, you see what I mean, folks? Beautiful roasted color. These things are coming along great. Uniform color. We're coming now with our Pam spray. We want to make sure that everything stays nice. We want a good crispy bite through skin along with a tender inside flesh, right? So this is what we're going after. I love the way this is coming along. Okay, so we won't do anything else with this chicken but let it continue to cook until it reaches 175 in the dark meat and 165 in the white meat. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm going to get us around 20 or 30 more minutes, and then we'll start probing with our thermometer. All right, so while our onions are getting translucent, we're going to go ahead and work on somewhat of a glaze to put on the top, or to mix pretty much thoroughly on the Brussels sprouts once they're done, okay? So what I'm using is a balsamic vinaigrette dressing, okay? I'm going to do about a half a cup. We'll see what that looks like. About a half a cup. Okay, and I simply want to come back from there with brown sugar. Okay, so we're going for that acidity, we're going for that sweet bitterness type taste that I believe is going to bring all this together. I'm grabbing a handful now. What would you say, quarter cup maybe? We'll do a quarter cup. And then I just want to mix until I get the glaze type consistency I want. So we'll just get this stirred up. Oh man, I almost hit it right on the nose right there. Yeah, it's very good. Somewhat of a glaze, right? So we'll come on back, maybe a little bit more brown sugar. Oh, that's kind of glazy though. Would you agree? I like it. I like it. I think we're going to go with that. We're going to leave it just like it is here. give this a chance to set as well. So what we did is about a half cup of balsamic vinaigrette dressing and about a quarter cup of dark brown sugar. Let's give it a taste. Oh my goodness. Okay, we hit it right on the nose. So this will be our glaze that mixes in with everything when we're all said and done. I'll set this to the side. All right, so our onions are still coming along well. I turned them down on low while I was outside, so I'll get it cranked up a little bit more, but we're already starting to get some beautiful browning. They are getting soft. So again, see you in just a second. We'll go ahead and get the garlic added once these break down a little bit more. So I just heard the horn, and that horn is saying that the oven is ready. So let's go ahead and get these Brussels sprouts added. Okay, so our onions are definitely translucent now. You see the beautiful caramelized color they have. We're coming back now. If you remember, we diced up around 4, maybe 5 cloves of garlic. We're going to get that added as well. We're getting some old-fashioned complexity working here, right? So we got the onions, we got the garlic, we have the bacon. We've already made the glaze up, right? So that was brown sugar and balsamic vinegar. Now with this garlic, I do not want to burn it. All I'm going to do is let it just kind of sit here for about a minute, do its thing, just get a little soft, take in some of this flavor as well. Keep it moving because I just, again, want to make sure nothing burns. Isn't that pretty? The house is so fragrant right now with the onions and the garlic. That looks great. Okay, all right, I think we're at the point now where we'll go ahead and get this transferred, and we'll put this in the same bowl as the where the bacon is in. Nice bits and tidbits of nuggets of good stuff. We're going right on in. We're going right in with these beautiful sauteed onions and garlic. Okay, so here's what we got going on now. All right, with our bacon. Let's wait for our Brussels sprouts to get done, and then we'll get back together. Okay, folks, so 25 minutes later at 425 degrees, you can see just how beautiful these Brussels sprouts are looking. All of the little dark pieces is what I'm talking about, okay? So these little crispy pieces are gonna add even more flavor once everything is mixed together, okay? So I'm gonna move this to the side. And what I wanna do is go ahead and get this transported over into our bowl. So let me put a glove on, or at least grab a towel. Okay, and what I want to do again is just go ahead and get this added to the bowl. So check out how beautiful these are. You see the char I'm talking about? This is what you're after. This is absolutely amazing stuff here, okay? All right, so all we're going to do now is start the mixing process. We're coming first with our onions and bacon and garlic. Okay, beautiful blend. And we're going to give that a little mix. Check it out. Gosh, I'm telling you, this is going to be amazing. Oh my goodness, it looks so good already. Look at that. So give it a good mix. Okay. Now we're coming back with our brown sugar and balsamic vinaigrette dressing, and we're going to get that added. This is our beautiful drizzle. Check it out. And we want all of it in there, okay? Every bit of that stuff. Get it in there. And now we're going to give that a mix. Okay, I'm going to tell you now that once you try Brussels sprouts done like this, it will become your new favorite veggie. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so guess what? Our chicken is also done, so let me show you that. We cooked for around 55 minutes at around 325 degrees. So we roasted up some awesome dirty bird. You want to talk about beautiful? Hit with hickory smoke. Look at the color on this chicken, folks. You see what I'm saying? Smoked chicken doesn't have to be dark and black. You can make beautiful, awesome, appetizing meats, right? Just by paying attention to a few things. The Pam spray really helps to keep the color, and as long as you're paying attention and watching it stuff, spraying halfway through, you can have an awesome final product as well. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to my channel. Let everyone know what Dski Grillz is up to. And as always, at Dski Grillz, grilling is not a pastime, it's a passion. I gotta taste these Brussels sprouts before we get off of here. Let's get some onion. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me bring this over, folks. There we go. Let's see what we got. We got a Brussels sprout. We're gonna get some onion. I wanna get a little bit of bacon. Here we go. Best Brussels sprouts I've ever had. Catch you guys on the next one.